Hello everybody, NGS here and welcome back to Helck episode 2. In the previous episode, we were introduced. And that's about it. We were introduced to Helck, we were introduced to the rest of the cast of the show, at least most of them, and that's about it. Then only at the end we got the information, or Helck and Vermilio, whatever her name is, she got the information that some demon castle is under siege, is being attacked, or the armies of someone are heading towards that, and the castle is in danger. So now they have to stop the competition, and they need to go there and save that castle or city, or again whatever it is. Most probably with the help of Helck. Also, that invasion is very odd, because it seems like it's carried by winged humans, angels seemingly, that supposedly apparently were not a thing in this world. And there's that suspicion, at least I suspect, that the disappearance of villagers from all those random villages and towns that the demons went to look for Helck's past, they were somehow turned into those angels, either directly by just being transformed into them, or indirectly by serving as a fuel, quote unquote, a sacrifice for some sort of a ritual that would summon those angels. Which is it? We don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion, though, that Helck won't like hearing about those angels. That he knows something. I mean, he certainly knows something that he's not letting on, but I have a sneaking suspicion he knows a little bit more about those angels than anybody would suspect. I don't know, again, it's just it's just a theory, a game theory, or an anime theory, or whatever you want to call it. A theory, simple as. Now, what do I expect from this episode? We're going to set off. I don't really expect much more from it. The first episode didn't exactly set the pace to be particularly fast. I mean, perhaps compared with the source material, I'm not sure if it was a manga or a light novel. But compared with the source material, it probably went blazing fast. They probably covered like 4 or 5 or however many chapters, because I can easily see this being essentially a tournament arc, right? The introduction to the series being a tournament arc. But from the perspective of an anime only, the pacing wasn't particularly fast. So it wouldn't surprise me if today's episode was just gathering the army, trying to get begrudgingly support of Helck to go with them to save that city, castle. Maybe it could be made into a part of the competition, right? Whoever does the best saving the castle is clearly the most suitable to be the new demon lord. We'll see. We'll see. I got some information about this show from the comments. People seem to say that the gamification isn't particularly hard in this show. It's basically just the levels. There isn't anything more, so I can rest assured. I can sleep easily knowing that they won't just jump out with a status screen at the moment's notice. So that's good. Apparently that's because the show has some roots or inspiration from Dragon Quest, I think. I might be mistaken. Some JRPG, some classic JRPG. What else is there? Helck's brother is, I believe, named Cullis, or something like that, because it's Herc and Hercules, right? It was obvious that Herc comes from Hercules, but I somehow didn't catch his brother's name. Or maybe someone spoiled that name to me. I don't know. I don't know. I think I might have read it on Reddit or Twitter or something even, not in the comments. I'm not sure. Again, it's late, by the way, so my brain not worky good. I try to supplement with a little bit of green tea caffeine, but I might be yawning. I might be fumbling my words a little bit, but show must go on. So I think it's a good time to just start watching the episode, right? How about we do exactly that? And to do that, you will of course need your subs to follow along with me down at the bottom. Right, if you can, yeah, you can see this. I got a proper handle on YouTube, so I can finally put it on all my socials. I used to have NGS with double S's at the end, or NGS with an underscore, because for some godforsaken reason, the system didn't want to take NGS as a handle. Despite it being free, despite no other channel by that handle, by that name, by that username, whatever, ever existed. Everything was returning 404. So I emailed YouTube support, and they actually fucking answered. And they actually helped me. They actually gave me this handle. Bravo to YouTube support. I never thought I'm gonna have to say that, but bravo to YouTube support. Absolutely. So, subs, you're gonna need them. Sound, I'm gonna need it. Support, I'm also gonna need it, and you can support the channel monetarily on Patreon, for example, linked down below, or completely free. Share my content, spread the word. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And with all of that out of the way, we can start watching Helck episode 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that's loud. Oh, fuck. Full start, full start, full start. For some reason, are my headphones not connected? Yeah, my headphones weren't connected. Sorry, full start. Support the channel, Patreon or free, share my content, spread the word, all that jazz. We can start in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, now it works. Last time on Dragon Ball Z. Okay, and straight into the opening, I'm assuming. The opening is exactly and precisely what I would expect for a series like this. Okay, so it's going to be one of the anime where every other episode has the opening subtitled in English, and every other has it subtitled in Japanese. Okay, from management, so we can expect some bureaucracy, probably, maybe. Oh. I mean, he hasn't grown wings yet. Okay, so we continue our tournament arc. Gotcha. Helck will probably just grab the mount, carry it above his head, and just run. Those are not horses. And Helck has a mule or something. Oh, a cat. Okay, I guess that also works. Oh, right. It's gonna make his support even bigger. No, they aren't. I really thought we're gonna just go bum rush helping that castle, but no, we continue the tournament arc. Yay, a regular loop and then a pit of despair. Starting cannon. Did you really have to load a ball in there? Gunpowder would have sufficed. No, that poor kitten. And she has the one and only. She proves again to have the one and only brain cell among the entire cast. He's no quitter. Is Helck charging the mount with his power, or. Oh, or that. Is it? The power of motivation. And also, a cat will be much more agile on the obstacle course. Yeah, it seems like anti everybody measures. It won't. Here comes Helck. Here comes Helck. Yeah. It's not a horse, first of all. Second of all, motivation. Or, yeah. Is it in the rules, though? Exactly. The rules are against them yet again. Why is the image so dark? Of course he did. Oh, even darker. That's good. Nope, not gonna happen. If anything, you're just going to blast him past the finish line, knowing how well your schemes are going. And that will just let him slide frictionless and gather more speed. Oh, they're gonna slip and throw the bombs away. Okay, I guess that's also how it can go. True. Chances are he won't be stuck, though. Yeah. You're starting to understand Helck. Okay, Vermilio is starting to understand him. That's good and also surprising, but in a good way. And the epic music, of course. He's faster than horses. Of course. I don't think you're gonna be able to do that. Or hell, maybe you will. Damn. How slow are those horses? Yep. He's fast though to catch up to Helck. True. Yeah, he has, if nothing else, and he has everything else, he has the support of the general populace. Okay, so she can control herself. At a moment's notice, too. Okay, so the castle was conquered already, but the enemy isn't moving yet. I mean, quality versus quantity, I'm assuming. Exactly what I thought she's going to do, but apparently not. The tournament is still underway. Azedra, I'm assuming one of the four demon knights, or whatever they're called, that Vermilio is a part of. Hmm. Send Helck over and hope that the angels. Elite lords. Okay. And just hope that the angels deal with Helck for you. Makes sense. What if they aren't able to subdue that army? Then you lose every single suitable candidate for the Demon Lord. Demon Lord. But actions, yeah. Actually fighting against humans. Yeah. If he's willing to fight for the demon realm and against humans, then that proves his intentions. You're losing blood. Yeah, exactly. There's no plan. Not like you can stop him. Okay. So, like a mobile version of the spell that's cast over the arena. And from management, or Vermilio. You're injured. Yeah, probably for the best. And boom. Oh, they disappear? Do they get, like, absorbed inside of your body or something? It's nice to see you without a hat, Vermilio. Finally something simple, huh? It's just his neutral look. And from management, aka Vermilio. Yep, it's Vermilio. I mean, she acts perfectly like management, so. Yeah, who could she be, I wonder? Yeah. Duh, of course. uh, Epic music comes in. And that's the moment she became pregnant. Just from sheer masculine aura that Helck emits. And then the winged hussars arrived. More like winged templars from the looks of it. Plenty of different flowers at the beginning. I wonder, do they have some particular meaning in the flower language? If you know it, or if you have some. If you can even recognize those flowers, because I sure can't. Do let me know if there's some actual meaning behind that sequence. Okay, so today is the episode where we met this guy. And this guy. And this flower. If there's any flower that would be significant in the ending, it would be this one. Oh, no, spoilers. Spoilers! Let's let me stop you right there. Right there, and let's watch it again. Shall we? Yes, we shall, of course. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, OP, OP, OP. Something weird is going on with the humans. They might be humans, they might not. That remains to be seen, of course. And a race. And of course, Helck gets the worst mount, but of course, it's no issue for him because he can just run really fast. And the rules, again, have not been particularly precise, so he can just grab it and just run with it, because of course... Yeah, I'm gonna stab my eye out. That's a very common, not a very common, but fairly common trope, where the character just grabs the horse or lizard or whatever they're using for racing and just bolts it to the finish line. Maybe not so much in anime, but plenty of isekais and fantasy manga have something like that. But yeah, it makes sense, and I love how simple everybody is. How the entire population of this country, of this demon realm, just shares a singular brain cell, and that brain cell is just filled with Helck. That's about how I can sum it up. God damn, Helck is massive, he makes the horse look tiny, and Vermilio is even like making Helck look even better, even stronger, because I knew he was good, but he's so massive that he dwarfs the horse. Oh my god, he's a giant! She didn't account for the population being absolute dumbasses. Race course, part of it being a regular race, and part of it being obstacle course. And she proves yet again in this episode to be one of the only sane and somewhat thinking people in the show. I think I should lower the ISO even more a little bit. Something like that. I can never wear a white shirt when recording with this camera because it always tries to compensate and darken the image really, really much. So now I have to manually control the ISO. Why doesn't he give up? Because he's not a quitter. Simple as that. Whatever you throw at him, Helck will at least try, and probably succeed, but he will at least try to overcome. And the issue was with the motivation of this cat. It got scared a little bit. Now with his motivation, I really thought that it's going to go through some like magic transformation, right? Like Helck recognized that, oh, it's not just a regular blue cat, it's the Mediterranean blue cat, and it's actually super fast and super strong. Wow, why did they give me a horse, a mount that is this good? And Helck brings up the confidence of that cat, and it just grows twice in size and bolts it to the finish line. I fully expected that at this point, that they're not gonna do the whole Helck carries the mount under his arm, but no, that's exactly what they did. So this whole speech of increasing the motivation and the self-worth of this mount wasn't strictly necessary for the sake of the show and of the outcome, but Helck did it because he did it, because he's a good guy. He sees someone sulking, so he wants to help them. That's Helck. Traps. And also fellow contestants won't be making the race easy. And it's another... the design of some of those mounts, it's another thing that makes me really appreciate the simplicity of designs of characters and the mounts apparently as well in the show. How they're not, super detailed, super out of there. This is just a kangaroo with a red nose, basically. It really reminds me of like early 2000s, late 90s anime and manga, where the designs were basically everybody was a Doraemon of some description. I wonder if the manga or light novel or whatever is the source was also not set, it was also written in like not 1800s, what the fuck am I saying? In the 90s or early 2000s. I freaking knew it, of course. She's learning. I really like that. I really like that Vermilio isn't just staying the same annoying tsundere constantly, but she's actually like learning, right? She's not constantly, oh no, how could he have done that? I did not expect that. No, she saw that coming. She knew that's gonna happen. She knew he's not gonna surrender. She knew that he's going to try to win. Of course she knew that. And yeah, rules are screwing them over yet again. And very easy traversal, of course. Even through the worst and biggest of traps. Because it's Helck we're talking about. Just smashing through them with sheer strength. Okay, unsteady suspension bridge. Smear it with oil and plant some explosives. I really thought it's going to be another one of the schemes that will end up helping Helck in the end, right? Like the bomb explodes, but it gives them enough propulsion to just propel them forward. And since the entire bridge has been lathered with oil, they can just, Helck and his mount can just slide right to the finish line or something like that. But no, it surprised me. Again, just when I thought I get used to the gags, just when I thought I can, reasonably predict what's going to happen, they pulled back a little. And that was surprising. I like it. Right? Like, you get used to, oh, all their schemes are going against them, and then, no, this one didn't go against them fully. It kind of worked how they would have expected, but it didn't work on Helck, but, it didn't help him either. It's cool. I like it. Helck will be stuck here, and she proves it again, that she understands how Helck operates, how he works. We can't give him a chance for action, because if he can take action, if he has the time to take action, he will find a way. Exactly, zipping past the competition with his mount like a little plushie hanging from his side. Little smile, see you later. I did not expect this. I did not expect him to just jump off the mount and book it. I really didn't expect that from Kenros. I thought that Kenros and that blue chick, whatever her name is, are just going to be essentially a pair of background, not background, but like secondary characters who are just bouncing some ideas and words and funny moments between them, right? Funny man and straight man, essentially, just a source of witty comedy between them. But it turns out Kenros can actually run, probably even faster than Helck, because if not for the fact that he got a late start, if Kenros just were to run it with his own 2 feet from the very beginning, he probably would have outrun Helck, because Helck is running full speed and Keneros managed to catch up to him right at the very moment. I really like it. They are the frontrunners for the title of the Demon Lord, right? Keneros and the Blue Girl. And usually in shows you have the the obvious winner for the candidate for the best warrior of ever, and here comes the main character, and the candidates, the forerunners, the front runners, they just seem like nobody, because the main character just wipes the floor with them, and you have to wonder, how did they make it past elimination? How did people think they were so good? Right? This isn't the case. Because of what happened, because of how fast Keneros can run, I can see him actually doing well in the competition, in the tournament. If not for Helck, he actually might have some chances at being the next Demon Lord. And importantly, not just because the lack of Helck, but because among all the demons, he's this good. He's the cream of the crop. And the same goes for the Blue Girl, right? They aren't out in the second place because they are weak, they're out in the second place because Helck is better than them. And that's a big distinction. I really like it because, one, I took Keneros for maybe not a comic relief character, but for for that kind of a surfer dude bro best friend of our main character, kind of a trope, kind of a character. But it turns out he's actually capable on his own. That's great. And he's driven and he's motivated. He's not just all jokes and stuff. He actually wants to be the Demon Lord. He actually wants to win, and he has chances to win. That's great. And he's also a friendly dude bro, so that's like double the fun. Yeah, I really like their interactions, him and Helck, from the bashing each other on the head with a stake to this. Nobody's a sore loser. Nobody's a haughty winner. Everything is very friendly, you know. The atmosphere in general is very friendly here. That's, I guess, that's the best way to put it. Everything is so chill and friendly. All of the audience, all of the other characters, the contestants, just everybody. There is no one contestant scheming against another and trying to poison Helck behind the scenes, or shit like that. No. It's honest to God competition. It's honest to God tournament, because those people are just honest to God people. And I love it. I really do like it. And this again shows that Vermilio isn't just a one-trick pony that just explodes when she gets angry. I was really afraid that's going to be the case. She can control herself. She absolutely can. She probably spares no thought for this guy, so when he's the only one who's around, she can just explode freely because fuck him. But when there's someone else, she can stop herself. That's cool. No sign of the enemy preparing to make a march on us, so they conquered the castle and just stopped there. I wonder why. Do they need to recharge? Somehow rebuild their forces? Everybody they've lost? I don't know. But I have a feeling it might be significant somehow. Okay, so they attacked the castle with 300, and now there are 103 of them left. So they are probably waiting for reinforcements. If they want to march on the capital, they will need more people, or more angels rather. And of course the mystery. What are they doing here? One more thing I really like about this show is the atmosphere of mystery. And not just the atmosphere of not knowing, which is very, very different. An atmosphere of mystery. There is a distinction between those two. Not the atmosphere of not knowing is when characters in the show know what's going on, but they don't let it out. We know that they know, but they will not say anything. So only you, the viewer, are left wondering what's going to happen. And then there is mystery, where the characters in the show themselves don't know what the fuck is going on. And you don't know what's going on. And there aren't really many clues to show you what's going on. That's cool. I like it. It's also visible with Helck. Helck might be the protagonist of the series, but he's not the main character, or the other way around. We essentially follow Vermilio right now. We see the world from her perspective, but Helck is the central pillar, is the central piece of the story. And we don't know much about Helck. The narration of the story seems to not be omniscient, right? You have those different types of narration, right? Third person omniscient, first person omniscient, first person limited, third person limited. This is certainly limited. I don't know if the original was first or third person. I'm gonna bet on the third person, but not omniscient. In many different shows that also have this sort of a dynamic of a main character and protagonist, the narration is often omniscient. We see some flashbacks to the past, right? Or we can hear the thoughts of the character. Or we can hear them speaking to someone despite the character we follow. So, like Vermilio can't hear that. That's basically omniscient narration. In this show, we don't. We cannot hear Helck's thoughts. We can hear everybody else's, but not Helck's. There is scant few flashbacks, if any. And even then, they are mostly diegetic, like looking at the photo of Helck and his brother, or tales that people tell each other about the massacre that the hero committed on the Demon King, or whatever, right? Helck is a mystery, and the angels are a mystery, and we, the viewers, know about as much as our proxy in this world, Vermilio, does. That's rare. That's rare. Very, very, very often, the viewer, the reader, the consumer of media knows more than characters in the show. And in this case, I like not knowing. I really enjoy not knowing. Okay, let's continue. Lord Azudra. And I really thought that he's going to be one of those like super hardy characters that despite all his injuries and whatnot, he still comes out and, oh, it's nothing, but I have an idea and I have to help you. I have to save the demon realm with you. And then we have this moment of him just coughing blood and falling down. A realistic take on whatever kinds of injuries he took. And yeah, very simple, seemingly solution to both of their problems. Send the contestants to retake Urum Castle. Simple. If the contestants can subdue um, those winged creatures, those winged knights, great. If Helck succumbs to the winged knights, great. But perhaps not so much, because if other contestants also succumb to them, you will not have any contestants for the role of the Demon Lord. So we're kind of fucked. Yeah, you're just putting the other participants in needless danger. I agree. I kinda agree. But, as he says, it's a very good test to Helck, actually sending him against humans and for demons, because talk is cheap. I think it was also mentioned somewhere. Yeah, talk is cheap. Talk is very cheap. You can just go to your enemy camp and says, oh, I really hate the people that I am a part of and I want to help you guys. Anybody can do that. Absolutely anybody. But whether you actually put that into motion, whether you actually, whether there's some substance behind your words, that's another matter. So if Helck actually fights for the demons and against the humans, that will prove beyond any shadow of a doubt that his words are true. Right, and even if they aren't human forces, those angels, then Helck fighting for demons, risking his life potentially for demons, would prove that he actually wants to live among them. And it would get Helck away from the stadium, sure, of course. Deep green ring, this design, I hate it. I'm glad they just disappear as soon as you wear them. And we're sending Vermilio, of course. And finally an explosion. But it took much more to actually cause her to explode, which is good. Because she's again not just a one-trick pony. Dorsch the indestructible. Dorsch. Dorsch is actually a type of a fish in Polish. What does it translate to? Dorsch. Not written like that. A different spelling. Cod. Yeah, cod. Instead of H, have a Z and remove the E, and you have cod in Polish. So cod the indestructible. Retake Castle Urum. Simple enough. And of course, we're still thinking in the terms of, not purely utilitarian, not like fully, maybe not realistic, but kind of sort of realistic story where we have a goal and we go towards it, but we still have some levity. We still have some moments like, oh, it would be more exciting to have you make a grand appearance. Finally, a regular fight. Of course, she would be excited for that. They don't have slightest reservations, except him. See how we can hear all their inner voices? Not for Helck, though. Not for Helck. He remains a mystery. And Anne from management will join them. Acting level 2. Yeah, you can see that. You seem oddly familiar. Oh, yeah, of course, you're one of the judges. This is a great pose. It really shows just how massive Helck is with his hand outstretched like that. And we have a handshake with some nice purple lighting. It's the beginning of a romance. Probably not. At least not for a while. Maybe sometime in the future. Meanwhile, at Castle Urum, the angels are assembling. I love the design of those angels. How they're bulky armors, they're bulky swords. And we have plenty of different flowers again. And this flower, who I can't really recognize because I'm not really good at recognizing flower. I can recognize like lily, lilac, rose, tulip, and the like major flowers I can recognize. But this, what the fuck it is? What the fuck is it? I don't know. I have no clue. Maybe you do, and maybe you also know the symbolism of it. So let me know in the comments if you actually know about it. Okay, there we go. That was episode 2 of Helck. Enjoyable as always. I know that it's only episode 2, so it's kind of hard to say always, but as enjoyable as it has been so far. I guess that's how I can phrase it. I really did enjoy myself. This episode really showed me that this show goes a little bit more in depth than I even initially thought. That it's even less of a surface level show. That there is some proper mystery to it. That characters exhibit some proper good growth, at least some of them. That it's not just a show, at least it won't be in the future, I have a feeling. Just a show that you watch mindlessly to have a cheap laugh and to have some fun with battles and combat, but that there will actually be some reason for me to pull out my green notebook and note down some theories. Not yet. We're still in the phase of establishing things. But soon enough. Maybe not even in episode 3, maybe episode 4, 5, something thereabouts. What else is there to say about this one? It's interesting how we have the separation of main character and protagonist. It's interesting because it's a second show this season with this sort of a dynamic that I'm watching. The first one being Undead Girl Murder Farce. We also have a protagonist and the main character being separate people. So it's interesting that I haven't seen this sort of a dynamic for a long time now, and now we have such an influx of them. That's very cool. The use of, as I said, not omniscient narrator, but rather limited. That's another thing that I don't see often. I really don't see it often. I really don't, and I kind of miss that. There's plenty of books that are written with, third person limited narration, but not that many shows or manga. Oddly enough, most of them have omniscient narration. Yeah, this show surprises me. It really surprises me. It's pretty much in every regard, it's much more than I thought it would be initially. I initially thought it's going to be just a fun little comedy, mostly. Just, haha, Helck looks weird, and haha, he's super strong. Oh, he's like One Punch Man. That kind of deal. But no, there's more to that. There's more meat. There's things to bite into. And I like it. I like it. I enjoy it. I love it, even. But I think that should be about it. I'm not going to bore you anymore with my talking. I think I said everything I needed to say, be during the course of the discussion or right now. So now it's your time to shine. You guys, you tell me, what did you think about this episode, my reaction, my theory, stuff like that in the comments down below. Anything you want to say, as long as it's not a spoiler, of course. Spoilers go on my Discord here and also linked in the description below. And also like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why, please, so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Helck but also other shows whose names I will have to read because I don't remember all of them by heart. Undead Girl, Murder, Farce, Nanatsu no Makengashi Haisuru, Zom 100, and Atelier Raiza, and other shows that will be coming at ya in the future. And I also stream sometimes Gunpla, probably this weekend, and some gacha games I also stream sometimes, so you might want to click the bell icon to be notified of whenever I go live. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, for example, linked down in the description below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows. There aren't any running right now, but Madoka Magica will be starting soon-ish, and also Symphogear and other non-seasonal shows week early for $10. And for just a single dollar a month, you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits if you want. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, literally $0, 0 cents, share my content, spread the word. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. Almost 10% of traffic to my channel comes from Reddit links, for example. So hey, you can really help the channel by doing that. And yeah, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's the list of my wonderful Patreons: QB Without a Net, Fruit, Zayrainer, Akomancer, Yuki Ally, Fussel, Dr. Watt, Marsh, Hans Peter, and you can join the ranks without the need to overtake Castle Urum.